The story continues as Isagi makes his choice. Many expected him to pick Rin after their intense battle, but deep down, Isagi knows his bond with Bachira is different. He doesn't hesitate. He chooses his best friend. With Bachira by his side, his team feels complete. Next comes the ultimate challenge, the match against the World 5. The whistle blows, and right from the start, Isagi takes command of the midfield. His ambidextrous control paired with Bachira's creativity makes them a deadly duo. Within moments, the quick 1-2 passes carve through the defense, and Isagi smashes in the opening goal with his left foot. The momentum is theirs, but the World 5 isn't shaken. When Isagi pushes forward again, he faces off against Dada Silva, whose massive frame blocks every angle for his favored left foot strike. But Silva makes one mistake. He underestimates Isagi's other weapon. With a sudden shift, Isagi cuts the ball onto his right and drills it past the keeper. The crowd and even World 5 are stunned. Ambidextrous players are rare, but one with Isagi's vision and control is nearly unheard of. From that moment, the World 5 starts taking things seriously. They turn up the pressure, showcasing the skill and power that makes them world-class. Isagi and Bachira fight back, creating chances and testing the limits of their partnership. But the gap in experience is clear. In the end, they manage to score 2 goals, which is an incredible feat in itself. But the match concludes at 5-2. Though defeated, Isagi walks off the pitch with his head held high. This wasn't just a loss, it was proof. Proof that his ambidexterity, vision, and leadership can stand against the best in the world. And more importantly, it was a glimpse of just how far he can still go. After the third selection ends and the final players are chosen, Ego reveals the official Blue Lock 11. But in this timeline, there's a change. Instead of Otoya, Isagi has secured his place among the top 6, playing alongside Rin, Shido, Karasu, Yukimiya, and Nagi. This officially makes Isagi part of the team that will take on Japan's U20. However, another bombshell drops. Ego announces that Shido won't play for Blue Lock. Instead, Sai personally requested him for the U20 squad. The news shocks everyone, but it also raises the stakes. Shido's wild and unpredictable talent, paired with Sai's genius, means Blue Lock will be up against an even deadlier opponent. And then, the big day arrives. The highly anticipated match between Blue Lock 11 and Japan U20. The lineup begins with Nagi as the main striker, Rin and Isagi operating as dual attacking midfielders, and the rest of the team filling in their roles. From the opening whistle, Isagi immediately takes control of the midfield. His ambidextrous nature gives him more freedom than ever before, making it impossible for defenders to predict which side he'll use. Working together with Bachira and Nagi, Isagi drives the attack forward until he reaches the opposition's box. Waiting there is Aiku, the U20's iron wall. Aiku already knows Isagi's reputation as a cheeky, dangerous runner, but what he doesn't know is just how unpredictable Isagi has become. With one smooth motion, Isagi fakes a pass, switches the ball to his other foot, and nutmegs Aiku cleanly. The crowd erupts, but Aiku isn't beaten yet. He recovers quickly and closes the distance. Just when it looks like Isagi's path is blocked, he backheels the ball to Rin's stride. Rin doesn't hesitate. He smashes it into the net. 1-0 for Blue Lock. But Saitoshi isn't about to be shown up. Just minutes later, he takes control, slices through the midfield like it's nothing, and curls in a flawless strike to equalize 1-1. The match intensifies. Aiku begins tightly marking Isagi, using his superior physicality to shut down every lane. Isagi struggles to break free, but that pressure opens space elsewhere. Bachira and Nagi take full advantage. A quick flick from Bachira sets up Nagi, who delivers a cold, clinical finish. 2-1 for Blue Lock. As the first half nears its end, Isagi receives the ball in midfield. The U20 players are convinced his only threat lies in his dribbling and ambidextrous skills. But Isagi surprises everyone. With a single glance, he launches a pinpoint long ball toward Chigiri, who blazes down the wing into shooting range. Just as Chigiri prepares to strike, Sai intercepts with perfect timing. But Isagi was expecting it. He yells for the chance ball, and Rin quickly recovers possession. The two exchange rapid passes, slicing through the defense until Isagi once again finds himself face-to-face with Aiku. This time, Aiku refuses to let him slip by, but Isagi doesn't force it. Instead, he passed the ball to Bachira, who was making a late run into the box. Bachira fires, and the ball rockets into the net. 3-1, Blue Lock leads. In the second half, Shido came on for the U20 team. He quickly links up with Sai and scores 2 goals, closing the gap. But Blue Lock doesn't back down. Isagi steps up and even scores a goal himself, keeping the momentum alive. The match ends 5-3 in Blue Lock's favor. Isagi finishes with 2 assists and 1 goal, proving his growth and leading the team to victory. After the U20 match, Ego announces the Neo Egoist League. Just like in the original timeline, Kunigami makes his comeback. and the players choose the same teams as before. Isagi joins Bastard Munchen. However, one thing does not change. Isagi's physical abilities are still lacking. He struggles in the opening physical challenge and is called out by Hacxster. Even so, Isagi is selected for the team. Noah himself sees his potential and knows that his talent cannot be ignored. The first match against FC Barca begins. Hacxster and Ness dominate the midfield with their smooth chemistry and they score the opening goal. But Bachira immediately responds, dribbling past everyone to score and tie the game at 1-1. Isagi is still adjusting. Kunigami feels like a different person now, and there's no one for him to fully rely on. But when the ball comes to him in midfield, he decides to act on his own. Using both feet, he dribbles past defenders with quick feints, nutmegs, and sharp changes in direction. Even though everyone knows he is ambidextrous, tracking him is impossible. Finally, with only one defender left, he fakes a pass toward Kunigami before switching the ball and scoring himself. The crowd is stunned. The first half ends with Bastard Munchen leading. As the second half begins, the stars take the field. Lavinho comes on for Barca, while Noah enters for Bastard Munchen. Lavinho scores a beautiful goal with Bachira's help, showing his Brazilian flair. But Noah answers back, finishing a play that Isagi sets up with a precise assist. The match ends 3-2, with Bastard Munchen taking the victory. For Isagi, this match proves that even with his weak physicality, his ambidexterity and vision allow him to shine on the biggest stage. After this, Bastard Munchen's next match is against Manshine City. In this game, Corona also starts alongside Isagi, giving him more freedom on the pitch. Hacxster, however, has already realized that Isagi is a huge threat. If he allows Isagi to keep growing, he will eventually surpass him. The match begins just like the original timeline, with Shigiri scoring an explosive opening goal for Manshine City. But Isagi and Corona strike back. Their quick passing and sharp movements cut through the defense, and just as Isagi is about to shoot, Hacxster steals the ball from him and scores himself. The tension in the team rises immediately. Isagi does not back down. After observing Manshine's movements carefully, he begins to read them perfectly. His ambidextrous ability even makes him a strong defender, cutting off every attack. After stealing the ball from Rayo, he launches a counter with Corona. When they reach the opposition's box, Corona passes to Isagi. Hacxster sees it coming, but Isagi tricks him, playing the ball to Kunigami instead. Kunigami scores, putting Bastard Munchen back on top. In the second half, Noah and Chris Prince sub in. Just like before, Chris Prince is humiliated by Isagi's control and vision. Hacxster, burning with frustration, storms forward with Ness. They immediately break into the opposition box, but Isagi appears right in front of him. "You're not the only one who can read others," Isagi says, before stealing the ball cleanly and nutmegging Hacxster. At this point, you could call him the Nutmeg Lord. He continues to play, linking with Corona in another 1-2. But this time, a defender deflects the return pass, making it miss Isagi's right foot. Even so, he reacts instantly, scoring with a cheeky back heel to seal the moment. Their next match is against the Ubers. The match against the Ubers begins with heavy pressure from their defense, but Isagi wastes no time. Reading the flow of the game, he breaks through with Corona's help and scores the opening goal, giving Bastard Munchen the early lead. Barrow quickly responds, showing why he's the king of the Ubers. He powers past the defense and scores once, then again shortly after, turning the match around 2-1 in favor of the Ubers. Hacxster, frustrated from being marked by Lorenzo, finally seizes his chance. Using Isagi's positioning as bait to draw defenders, Hacxster slips free and scores a clean goal to level the score at 2-2. At this point, Lorenzo realizes that Isagi is the true danger. He shifts his focus entirely to him, shadowing his every move and trying to suffocate his vision on the field. But Isagi refuses to be stopped. He tricks Lorenzo into overcommitting and slips the ball to Corona, who crosses it into the box. Kunigami charges in and scores the winning goal. The game ends 3-2 for Bastard Munchen. Isagi proves he can outthink even Uber's wall of defense. The final match is against PXG, and it pushes Isagi and Hacxster to the limit. The game begins with Isagi showing off his vision and dribbling. He feints a pass to Corona and instead connects with Kunigami, who quickly returns the ball. Now, one-on-one with the keeper, the king of nutmegs does what he does best, slipping the ball right between the keeper's legs to score the first goal. PXG responds right away. Charles sends a perfect pass to Shido, and Shido slams it into the net. The pressure grows as Isagi struggles against both Rin and Hacxster, who are reading his every move. Rin takes advantage of the chaos and scores a solo goal, putting PXG ahead. Hacxster refuses to stay quiet. With Ness delivering a sharp pass, Hacxster finishes cleanly to make it 2-2. But Rin doesn't back down. He dives into his monster mode, forcing Isagi and Hacxster into a corner. With no other choice, they finally decide to work together. Isagi tries to dribble past Rin but loses control as the ball scoops into the air. Kunigami picks it up and sends it to Hacxster, who charges toward the box. Rin confronts him, ready to shut him down. Hacxster feints a shot but instead backheels the ball to Isagi, who chips it over Rin. In the same moment, Hacxster slips past behind Rin and calls for the ball again. However, Isagi feints the pass and uses Hacxster as bait. Isagi takes the shot himself to end the game. The match ends 3-2, with Bastard Manshine winning through the Egoist taking the final shot.